Deep within the lush, verdant rainforests of Southeast Asia, from the dense jungles of northeastern India to the remote islands of Indonesia, lives a remarkable family of primates. These are the gibbons, often called the swinging acrobats of the forest. They are not monkeys, but apes, belonging to their very own family, Hylobatidae. This classification places them in a unique position within the primate world. Unlike the larger great apes, such as gorillas, orangutans, and chimpanzees, gibbons are known as the lesser apes. This is not a slight on their abilities, but a reference to their smaller, more slender bodies. Their world is one of high branches and dense foliage, a kingdom they have masterfully adapted to. Their scientific classification helps us understand their place in the animal kingdom. Gibbons belong to the superfamily Hominoidea, which includes all apes and humans. Within this group, they are separated into the family Hylobatidae. There are 4 distinct genera of gibbons. Media group: Hoolock gibbon close-up, white-handed gibbon on branch, pair of dwarf gibbons at stock at distribute_equally, Hoolock or Hoolock gibbons, Hylobatides, the dwarf gibbons, Symphalangus, which is the siamang, and Nomascus, the crested gibbons. Each genus contains different species, with around 20 species recognized in total. This diversity is a testament to their evolutionary success across the varied landscapes of Southeast Asia, where they have evolved to fill specific niches in the forest canopy. They are a truly ancient lineage of apes. Physically, gibbons are a picture of grace and agility. They are relatively small for apes, typically weighing between 4 and 13 kilograms, or about 9 to 29 pounds. Their fur comes in a beautiful array of colors, ranging from creamy white and light brown to shades of gray and deep black, often with distinctive markings on their faces and hands. One of their most striking features is their incredibly long arms, which are far longer than their legs. This is a key adaptation for their life in the trees. In the wild, if they can avoid predation and disease, gibbons can live for around 25 to 30 years, a significant lifespan for an animal of their size. The term lesser ape distinguishes gibbons from their larger cousins. The primary differences lie in their size and some key anatomical features. Gibbons are significantly smaller and lighter than great apes. They also do not build nests to sleep in at night, a common behavior among orangutans, gorillas, and chimpanzees. Instead, they find a secure spot on a high branch. Unlike many monkeys, gibbons do not have tails. This absence of a tail is a characteristic they share with all other apes, including us. Their unique combination of traits sets them apart, making them a fascinating and distinct branch on the primate family tree. To witness a gibbon moving through the forest is to witness a masterclass in locomotion. They are the world's most accomplished brachiators, a term that describes their method of swinging from branch to branch using only their arms. This movement is not just swinging, it is a form of aerial ballet. A gibbon can launch itself across gaps of up to 15 meters, or about 50 feet in a single fluid swing, reaching speeds of nearly 55 kilometers per hour, or 34 miles per hour. They move with such speed and precision that they almost appear to be flying through the canopy, their bodies held straight as they soar through the air. This skill allows them to travel efficiently through the forest, foraging for food and evading predators. Their entire anatomy is beautifully adapted for this arboreal lifestyle. Their exceptionally long arms act as powerful pendulums, generating momentum for each swing. Their hands are shaped like hooks, with long, curved fingers and a very short thumb that is set far back from the palm. This allows them to securely grasp branches without the thumb getting in the way. Furthermore, they possess a unique ball and socket joint in their wrists, which greatly reduces the amount of energy needed for each swing and minimizes stress on the joint. This combination of powerful arms, hook-like hands, and flexible wrists makes them unparalleled acrobats of the treetops. Although they are masters of the high canopy, gibbons do occasionally descend to the ground. When they do, their movement is quite different, but no less distinctive. Because their arms are so long, they cannot walk on all fours like other primates. Instead, they walk bipedally, on 2 legs, holding their long arms out to the side or above their heads for balance. They look a bit like tightrope walkers, carefully placing one foot in front of the other. This upright posture on the ground is another fascinating trait that links them, however distantly, to the great apes and humans, who also share the ability to walk on 2 legs. This incredible swinging ability is not just for show, it is essential for their survival. It allows them to access food sources that are out of reach for many other forest animals. They can quickly traverse large areas of their territory in search of ripe fruit, their primary food source. It also provides an effective means of escape from predators that might lurk in the canopy, such as leopards and large snakes. The forest canopy is both their highway and their sanctuary, and brachiation is the key that unlocks it all, allowing them to thrive where others simply cannot. The social life of a gibbon is centered around its small family unit. Most gibbon species are known for forming monogamous pair bonds, meaning a male and a female will form a partnership that can last for their entire lives. This is quite rare among primates. Together, this pair will raise their offspring, typically having one baby at a time. A family group usually consists of the bonded pair and one or two of their young, who will stay with their parents until they reach maturity, usually around the age of 6 to 8 years. At this point, the young gibbons will leave to find their own mates and establish their own territories. One of the most enchanting aspects of gibbon life is their use of song. Every morning as the sun begins to rise, the rainforest comes alive with the sound of gibbon duets. These songs are loud, complex, and can travel for more than a kilometer through the dense forest. The mated pair sings together, with the male and female performing different coordinated parts of the call. These duets serve several important purposes. They are a way of reinforcing the bond between the pair, and they also act as a powerful territorial claim, warning other gibbon families to keep their distance and announcing that this particular patch of forest is already occupied. When it comes to their diet, gibbons are primarily frugivores, meaning that fruit makes up the largest part of what they eat. They are particularly fond of ripe, sugary fruits like figs, which provide them with the energy they need for their acrobatic lifestyle. However, they are not exclusively fruit eaters. Their diet is supplemented with other forest foods, including young leaves, flowers, buds, and occasionally insects. They spend a significant portion of their day foraging, using their incredible agility to move from one food source to another, carefully selecting the most nutritious items available in their treetop home. The care of their young is a shared responsibility. A female gibbon gives birth to a single infant after a gestation period of about 7 months. For the first few months of its life, the baby clings tightly to its mother's belly as she swings through the trees. As the infant grows, the father often takes on a more active role in its care, playing with it and carrying it. This close family bond ensures that the young gibbon learns all the essential skills it will need to survive, from finding food to navigating the complex three-dimensional world of the forest canopy and, of course, learning its family's unique song. Sadly, the future for these remarkable apes is uncertain. Almost all species of gibbon are now considered endangered or critically endangered. The primary threats they face are directly linked to human activities. The most significant threat is habitat loss. The rainforests of Southeast Asia are being cleared at an alarming rate for agriculture, particularly for palm oil plantations, as well as for logging and the construction of roads and dams. As their forest home shrinks and becomes fragmented, gibbon populations become isolated and are unable to find mates or sufficient food, pushing them closer to extinction. In addition to the destruction of their habitat, gibbons are also victims of the illegal wildlife trade. Their captivating appearance and gentle nature make them desirable as pets, and poachers will often hunt adult gibbons to capture their infants. This practice is devastatingly cruel and has a profound impact on wild populations, as the loss of a bonded pair can shatter a family group. Conservation efforts are underway, with organizations working to protect remaining forests, establish wildlife corridors, and combat poaching. But the fight to save the gibbons is an urgent and challenging one. Species like the Hainan gibbon are on the very brink, with fewer than 30 individuals left in the wild. Despite the challenges they face, gibbons continue to fascinate us with their unique behaviors. Here are a couple of interesting facts that highlight their special nature. Firstly, the siamang, the largest of the gibbons, has a large throat sac known as a gular sac. When it sings, it inflates this sac like a balloon, which amplifies its call, making it one of the loudest animals in the forest. It is an incredible natural megaphone that ensures its song echoes for miles around. This adaptation makes their duets particularly impressive and far-reaching. Another fascinating fact is that gibbons, like humans, can have different accents. The calls of gibbon families can vary slightly from one region to another, even within the same species. These subtle differences in their songs may help them distinguish between neighbors and strangers. This vocal learning and regional variation show a level of complexity in their communication that we are only just beginning to understand. It reminds us that there is still so much to learn about these singing, swinging apes, and it underscores the profound tragedy it would be to lose them forever from our world.